In this problem, I'm given three equations, and those equations are y equals 5, x equals 3, and y equals negative 2x plus 1. And I'm asked to determine if they're parallel or perpendicular. Now, you may be able to tell just by looking at these equations whether they're parallel or perpendicular, but I'm going to go ahead and graph them. And so I'm going to do each one of these graphs in a different color. Let's start with y equals 5, and we're going to do them in different colors so that whenever we get done, we can tell which is which. Now, y equals 5 is a graph that has a slope of 0. If we were doing this in slope-intercept form, it would be y equals 0x plus 5. And so this graph is going to be a horizontal line with a y-intercept of 5. So we come up here to 5 on the y-axis, and then we're just going to draw a horizontal line going straight through that point. So let's go ahead and do it here. There we go. And you can label the line with the equation. I don't really need to since I do plan to do each one of these in a different color. It'll be easy to tell them apart. But either way, this is a horizontal line, which means it has a slope of 0. So our next line that we're going to do is x equals 3, and x equals 3 has an undefined slope, which means it's going to go up and down through 3 on the x-axis. So it's going to be a vertical line. So let's go ahead and get that graphed right here. There we go. So this is x equals 3. I'm going to go ahead and label this x equals 3. And x equals 3, the slope is undefined. There we go. And then finally, our last one is y equals 2x plus 1. So this one has a y-intercept of 1. So we're going to put a 1 right there. And then the slope is negative 2. So the rise over run is going to be negative 2 over 1. So we could write this as negative 2 over 1x plus 1. It's got a slope of negative 2 or negative 2 over 1 if you prefer. So it means we go down 2 and over 1, and there's our second point. And there's our line. Y equals negative 2x plus 1. Okay, so parallel means the lines do not intersect. They have the exact same slope and they never intersect. And perpendicular means they do intersect at a 90-degree angle and their slopes are negative reciprocals. I believe we can toss out y equals negative 2x plus 1 as being neither of these. We can clearly see from the graph that the yellow line intersects both the blue and green line and does not intersect either at anything resembling a 90-degree angle. Not only that, but negative 2 over 1 is not the negative reciprocal of 0 or undefined. It turns out 0 and undefined are negative reciprocals, though, because if you were to take the slope of 0 and you flip it, writing 0 as a fraction is just 0 over something. 0 over anything, really, is a slope of 0. The reciprocal of that, then, would be anything over 0. And anything divided by 0 is undefined. You have 0 in the denominator, it's undefined, period. So the reciprocal of 0 is undefined, which means that y equals 5 and x equals 3 are perpendicular. A horizontal line and a vertical line are perpendicular to one another. I wrote this out in words, which is very long because what I could have done is just use the perpendicular symbol. Y equals 5 is perpendicular to x equals 3.